I want to address something that I heard on a video by a indigo girl named Jessica. I think calls herself Jessica Mystic. And she was talking about the Illuminati and how it's not best for us to fight them or to hate them. And that rang so true with me, because that's what I've always believed, that love is much stronger than hate. And if we involve ourselves with them with hating them, we're only adding to what they're able to do, because they play that game very well. And we would add our hate, and it would be destructive for all of us. But that we should realize that we are way more powerful with the love part of us that is God. And I wanted just to add to what you had to say by reading a little bit from the life and teachings of the Masters of the Far East. And in this book, it is Jesus who is speaking when he says this: "I would have you know that the Father to whom I speak and who dwells within me is the same loving Father who dwells in all, and to whom all can speak and know just as intimately as I do." Well, there are many people who are of different religions who say that we should not think of ourselves as being God. That they think is the devil's lie, that man could be as God. But this is the only answer, as far as I can see, to how we'll get ourselves out of the trouble we in our world are in, is that we come to the realization that we are God. And as God's creating with our thoughts and words, we've created quite a mess. But we can create ourselves out of it only if we understand how it is that we are God. And there's a little bit of a scientific understanding here that Jesus goes into in this same book. Because we are light and God is light. And let me just read you a little more. "You, each one of you, are standing forth the Divine Master, conquering and in full dominion, just as you have seen me conquer. The time is here, the fulfilling pure thought that you have sent out to the Divine Master has come to fruition in your own body, and the soul has taken complete command. With me you soar to heights celestial. We lift these bodies up until their shining radiance becomes a blaze of pure white light. And together we have returned to the Father, from whence all have come forth." Now here's the scientific part. God our Father is pure light emanation, and from this vibrating light all come forth. In this vibration all stand together with God. In these vibrating emanations of light, all material consciousness is erased, and we see creations projected forth from the formless into form, all things renewed every instant. In that primal cosmos, aqueous or God substance, all things exist. And because of that existence, the vibrations are so high that none perceive them. Unless one stands forth in spirit as we do, it is necessary to raise the vibrations of the body to spirit vibrations. Now we can see creation going on all the time, as creation is caused by the radiation of cosmic light vibrations generated in the great cosmos. And this radiation is the great universal life or light energy that sustains all, and is called the Father or radiation or vibration. It is the Father of radiation, because its radiation will shatter any other radiation or vibration. In reality, it only sets them aside in order that other forms may take their place. When our body vibrates in tune with spirit vibration, we are light vibrations, the greatest of all vibrations, God the Father of all vibrations. It will soon be proved that these cosmic rays constitute such a terrific bombardment that they are destructive to so-called matter. These rays are from the source of all energy, the Father of all elements, the source from which all elements come. This is not destruction. This is transmutation from so-called matter to spirit form. It will soon be known that these cosmic rays have such tremendous penetrating power that they penetrate through all mass, shattering, as it were, the very heart or nucleus of a so-called atom, transmitting it into atoms of other substance, and thereby creating other elements of higher order. And in this way, creation advances into a higher emanation of pure light or life itself. These radiations, which have such tremendous penetrating power, are readily distinguished from all radiations coming from the Earth or Sun galaxy, and have complete control over all these radiations or vibrations. It will soon be known that these radiations come from a universal source, unseen, and that the Earth is continuously subjected to a terrific bombardment of these rays that are so potent they change or transmute atoms of one element into the infinite particles of another element. It will also be found that when this cosmic ray strikes the nucleus of an atom, it does shatter it. It separates this atom into the minute particles of another substance, causing transmutation from a lower to a higher element. Thus, these radiations do not destroy matter. They transmute it from a lower to a higher element, from the material to spiritual. This higher element is as man dictates. It is higher as he names and uses it for a higher purpose. When man stands forth in spiritual vibrations, he can fully determine and regulate these rays and their mode of action. Thus, to man, standing in spiritual vibrations, transmutation is going on all the time, all about him. Transmutation is but creation in the higher sense. Thus, all are created where they stand. Creation never ceases. It is continuous, never ending. The emanations of radiation from the cosmos are made up of light and are composed of so-called light bullets that burst forth from the cosmos. This greater universe is around and encloses and surrounds all universes to the extent that the suns absorb and bring into its central sun, conserve, concentrate, and build up all the energy that is dissipated from the universes. This central sun becomes so full of vibrating, pulsing energy, and this energy becomes so condensed that the so-called light bullets are shot out with such radiating force that when they collide with the nucleus of another atom, that atom is shattered but not destroyed. Its particles are transmuted into particles of other elements, which are finally assimilated into the element to which they belong. Then that element comes to life. Life is the energy that is released by this so-called bombardment of light bullets, and that portion absorbed by the particles released is called the life of the particle or the whole element, while the portion of the energy released but not absorbed as life is returned or drawn back to the cosmos, as it were. It is again concentrated and condensed until it can again be shot forth to collide with and shatter other atoms, thus creating the particles that go to create the atom of another element. Thus creation is continuous, everlasting, expanding, and concentrating, then through reduced vibrations, condensing into form. This intelligent emanating energy is God, controlling the universe around us, as well as controlling the universe of our bodies, which are spiritual and not material. This transmutation is not disintegration. The intelligence so directs that only a few of these light bullets strike the nuclei of other atoms at a time ratio and in complete conformity to law, so that no manifestation is overbalanced. Man, one with this supreme intelligence, can in an orderly way step up this impingement so that his needs are fulfilled instantly. In this way, man hastens the slow process of nature. He does not interfere with nature. He works with nature in a higher rate of vibration than that in which nature works in the lower order of concept.